Welcome to Teleislas News with the most relevant and important information of the day. The passing of migrants through San Andres remain as the breaking news in different news outlets. In the last hours, a news case was known in which, according to preliminary versions, approximately 38 foreigners of Venezuelan origin were found by the National Navy in Albuquerque Key. The images taken show that 14 of them were minors. Images circulating on the internet indicate that the migrants were found in improvised shelters, where they were presumably waiting for alleged coyotes, that is illegal transportation, who would transport them to Central America. It had also been unofficially reported that the group of people has apparently been transported to San Andres, where they receive humanitarian attention from the maritime authorities. So far, the authorities have not made any statement regarding the case. It is expected that in the next few hours, an official statement will be made as indicated to this news agency. After the announcement of the reopening of the charter flight from Canada to the island, we spoke with the president of the ANATO San Andres chapter to know her expectations. Alice Medina give us more information. Good afternoon, Alice. How does the president of ANATO feel about this news?
Hello to Lisa and all the TV viewers who they connect right now with us in Teleislas News. In the last hours, the Canadian Airlines announced a new flight from this country to our department. We talked to the president of ANATO to tell us about her expectation about the initiation of this new flight. With much joy, since 3 years ago, we are not receiving the charter from Canada, obviously because of the pandemic, flights were suspended. So this is great news. It's not the same operator, it's a very one important, which is Sunbig. They have their own plane and they will be arriving once a week from December until the end of March. And this is one flight per week and it comes from Toronto and Montreal. So we expect to have English speakers and also French speakers. And they are excellent operators, and we're very excited because people notice the difference in the winter when tourists come from Canada. The president also told us why this flight is so important for the activation of our island. If you think that for 20 years we have been receiving charter flights from Canada, there is a job done. We are a recognized destination in Canada, both of the French and English sides. So work is resumed with that knowledge base created. So this is very important news for the island because we cannot lose international connectivity. This is all the information we report from today. Continue Lisa in studio with more information.
Thank you, Alice. And as part of the second call to farm UNDA's research groups in Providence, 13 teams composed of more than 200 students in the 3 educational institutions in the municipality were registered.
Since last week, the first stage began with the research group that won their participation in the first UNDA's call in San Andres. The line advisors are visiting the teams in the educational institution, defining the structure to work, refining the research question of each project prior to the development of the instruments that will be used during the exploration. Likewise, establish the roles of the advisors, teachers, and student researchers so that each member knows their work within the process.
Desde el programa UNDAS estamos...
From the UNDAS program, we are very happy because at the closing of the last call we made for the formulation of research projects directed to the island of Old Providence, we have achieved a total success with 13 projects with more than 200 children. This with a long work with the advisor Marcela Ampodia and the support group on the island of San Andres.
Let's remember that the UNDAS project seeks proposal with open research questions related to the sustainable use of energy, basic science, health science, natural and cultural heritage, biodiversity, biotechnology, issues related to biosphere, and the language.
And as a motivation to strengthen the entrepreneurial spirit of young people of the island, the Chamber of Commerce initiates mentoring sessions in different educational institutions.
The Chamber of Commerce starts a workshop of training for entrepreneurs in different educational institutions, an initiative that promotes the Chamber of Commerce in order that young people in schools of the 9th, 10th, and 11th grades know deeply how has been the development of entrepreneurship in the islands.
We're going to be developing first sets of talks in each school so that the entrepreneurs can participate in an entrepreneurship fair we're organizing.
Today, the Chamber of Commerce began with young people from the Luis Amigo School, and tomorrow they will be at the educational institutions of Brooks Hill, Sagrada Familia, and many others.
También contaremos cómo los puede.
We also tell you the Chamber of Commerce can support you to develop your business ideas and also jointly participate in the different calls for proposals that are currently available in the department.
The executive director is pleased to say that the young people were very receptive to the task given.
From today until August 30th, the Health Secretariat will advance vaccination strategies within schools of the archipelago.
Continuando con el Plan Nacional de Vacunación contra el COVID-19 en el departamento, la Secretaría de Salud ha vuelto a implementar jornadas de inmunización al interior de las instituciones educativas a todos los menores a partir de los 3 años.
Other news, in order to encourage citizens to adopt healthy lifestyle habits, the Colombian Society of Cardiology and Cardiovascular Surgery implemented on the island its program Responsible Hearts.
The Colombian Society of Cardiology and Cardiovascular Surgery through the Colombian Heart Foundation developed in the department a workshop on lifestyle training, cardiovascular diseases, and blood pressure monitoring.
We want to train people from the Black community who are community leaders so that they know how to take care of themselves and make it a way of life. What we are looking for is for people to learn habits that are possible to take care of their heart. We have been teaching people in the community to be educators of the environment so that they can teach others how it is possible to include care in their lifestyle. We should understand that the blood pressure monitor should be in the house and learn how to take care of our blood pressure. When we learn to take it on our own, we could eventually make a diagnosis of our blood pressure, and that can serve to establish control over the risk factor and prevent the heart from getting sick.
The event was held at the facilities of the Departmental Chamber of Commerce. This activity seeks to detect and prevent cardiovascular diseases in the insular population.
Teleislas News records the opinions of the community regarding their perception of security on the islands, who say they do not feel safe.
Teleislas News surveyed the perception of insecurity of the islanders regarding recent criminal acts on the island of San Andres. The citizens' opinions showed questions and those about the fulfillment of the function of the institutions and authorities regarding security in the territory, where 14 murders have been registered so far this year. According to the authorities, despite these facts, a large percentage of these homicides has been solved, but for the community, it is not enough.
Security is very bad. The authorities must be more vigilant, and the youth don't respect anyone's life.
Tiene sus falencias.
It has its shortcomings, but one realizes many things.
Por la verdad, San Andrés.
The truth is that San Andres has become unlivable. One tries to get ahead on here, and it's impossible to do so.
Es muy mala. Sí, señor.
The truth is very bad. They are killing innocent people. In my opinion, they should take action. They should look at what needs to be done to improve our system of insecurity in the department.
No, porque tenemos.
We have a lot of insecurity. We need reinforcement from the authorities. They are killing people, and they seem to appear that they can't find those responsible of committing these crimes.
For the community, it is important that the competent authorities are able to implement a plan to mitigate these acts of violence that occurred in the department.
And now it's time for sport news with Victor Fusalva.
Hello, here are the best sports of the island. San Andres is the cradle of great and outstanding athletes in different sports. In tennis, there is one that aspires to go far. He is Juan Sebastián Zapata, an athlete who aspires to go far in the sport of tennis. In recent days, Juan Sebastián represented the Insular Department in the courts of the Ace Club of Bucaramanga, where he stood out amongst his competitors. Then he traveled to the city of Bogotá, where he excelled in the Children's Festival supported by the Colombian Federation of Tennis. We talked with Juan Sebastián, who told us more details.
Estuve en Bucaramanga.
I was in Bucaramanga and Bogota. It was a pretty high level for me. I was told that they are above average. I was also told that it was a little bit higher, and here we don't have a league. I am currently in the Bogota League. I want to call on the governor if he can help us to build a league in San Andres so that all the children can officially represent San Andres. I wanted to be precise on the details of the two tournaments that I have participated in. The one in Bogota was on a circuit of the League of Bogota and was of equal level to the Colombian Tennis Federation that was also in Bucaramanga. The category that I am participating in, according to my age, is the green ball, and I aspire next year, when I am 10 years old, to start the yellow ball to be able to add national ranking. I send an invitation to the boys and girls who are starting this sport because it is very nice and it is very competitive. I want to be a professional tennis player and the #1 in the world. My favorite player is Rafael Nadal.
How nice to see kids like Juan Sebastian aspiring to go far in sport and fighting for his dream to come true. And in football, July is a productive month for the Departmental Football League. With the help of the private enterprise, the Departmental Soccer League has achieved some incentive for the sports venue, coaches and players of soccer and other sports in the department. The lighting of the soccer stadium, which has facilitated the practice of soccer in different categories, and the obtaining of benefits such as CE licenses have been outstanding in the past month of July. We talked with the secretary of the league, Marcos Bent, who told us.
July was a wonderful month for we because we get to fix out the line of them through Ava and Fernando Vasquez, and that makes it the people can come in at night time, go play and practice in football, and even the rolling gal them and the picnic them where they come and roll through the stadium. That's a wonderful experience now for we because we give more time for the people can practice in sport. Besides that, July we done the second part of the licensee for the new coach them and want work with the picnic them. That they give we another chance because we help more people for them get more knowledge about for them work, and that a wonderful experience for we as league.
Marcos Bent foresees commitment and continuous work with the Departmental League for the rest of this year. This is all in sports for the moment. I am Victor Fusalba, Teleislas News.
Thank you, Victor. With Sport News, you reach to the end of our broadcast. We see you tonight at 8 p.m. with more of Teleislas News. Good afternoon.